Hello there. Welcome to video 159 from Sumit Academy. I do hope that you have subscribed to my channel. Do subscribe now so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. And do remember to like and share this video too. To make your task a little easier, here is a complete list of all the 159 videos available on my YouTube channel. The list is divided into the playlists under which they are available. Do have a look. In this video, we shall study the two new farm laws and the amendment to the Essential Commodities Act. Do remember that you are attempting to join government service, and an outright criticism of the government you wish to serve may just have a negative effect. So, this video analyzes the three laws while putting forward the point of view of both the government and the protesting farmers. No conclusions have been drawn, and neither should you while attempting to answer this question. In September 2020, the Union government enacted two new farm laws for agriculture and, in addition, modified the Essential Commodities Act 1951 for agro-food stuff. These laws are the Farmers' Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020, the Farmers' Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020, and the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020. Now, what exactly do the bills propose? Taken together, the reforms will loosen rules around sale, pricing, and storage of farm produce. Rules that have protected India's farmers from the free market for decades. They also allow private buyers to hoard essential commodities for future sales, which only government authorized agents could do earlier. And they outline rules for contract farming, where farmers tailor their production to suit a specific buyer's demand. One of the biggest changes is that farmers will be allowed to sell their produce at a market price directly to private players, be they agricultural businesses, supermarket chains, or online grocers. Most Indian farmers currently sell most of their produce at government controlled wholesale markets or mandis at assured floor prices. These markets, are run by committees made up of farmers, often large landowners, and traders or commission agents who act as middlemen for brokering sales, organizing storage and transport, or even financing deals. It is a complex system underpinned by regulations and a host of personal and business relationships. The reforms, at least on paper, give farmers the option of selling outside of the so-called mandi system. The Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act provides for setting up a mechanism allowing the farmers to sell their farm produces outside the Agriculture Produce Market Committees, that is the APMCs. Any license holder trader can buy the produce from the farmers at mutually agreed prices. This trade of farm produces will be free of mandi tax imposed by the state governments. The Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Act allows farmers to do contract farming and market their produce freely. The Essential Commodities Amendment Act is an amendment to the existing Essential Commodities Act. Now, this law now frees items such as food grains, pulses, edible oils, and onion for trade except in extraordinary, that is, crisis situations. The government has presented these laws as reforms akin to the 1990 opening of the Indian economy, linking it with the globalized markets. It has argued that the three laws open new opportunities for the farmers so that they can earn more from their farm produces. The government has said that the new laws will help to strengthen basic farm structure, or rather farm sector infrastructure, through greater private investments. Successive governments have found financial constraints in investing in farm and rural infrastructure. Now, it is argued that with food markets growing exponentially in India, private players would make agriculture profitable for the farmers. The MSP assurance has emerged as the main sticking point in the farmers' protest. There is an apprehension among the farmers that allowing outside APMC trade of farm produces would lead to lesser buying by the government agencies in the approved markets. The protesting farmers say the new laws would thus make the MSP system irrelevant and they would not have any assured income from their farming. Right now, the government announces fixed MSP for around 24 crops. The working of the MSP system has over the years benefited only a handful of farmers at the All India level. The Shanta Kumar Committee, set up by the Narendra Modi government in 2015, said only 6% farmers benefit from the MSP regime. Now, the catch here is that for farmers of some states, such as Punjab and Haryana, the MSP system has worked well. In these two states, procurement of paddy and wheat range around 75 to 80%. So, the fear that the MSP system may crumble and get dismantled after the new farm laws are implemented has become a very emotive issue for the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. And that is why they are the ones who are the most vocal in their protest against the farm laws and demanding that the MSP should be made mandatory for both APMC and private mandis. The government has said these reforms will accelerate growth in the sector through private sector investment in building infrastructure and supply chains for farm produce in national and global markets. They are intended to help small farmers who do not have the means to either bargain for their produce to get a better price or invest in technology to improve the productivity of farms. The bill on Agri-Market seeks to allow farmers to sell their produce outside APMC mandis to whoever they want. Farmers will certainly get better prices through competition and cost cutting on transportation. The legislation on contract farming will allow farmers to enter into a contract with agribusiness firms or large retailers on pre-agreed prices of their produce. The Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020 seeks to remove commodities like cereals, pulses, oilseeds, edible oils, onion, and potatoes from the list of essential commodities. This will end the imposition of stockholding limits, except, of course, under extraordinary circumstances. Right then, let's have a look at the provisions of the three acts. The Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020 creates a national framework for contract farming through an agreement between a farmer and a buyer before the production or rearing of any farm produce. That is, the contract is done before they have even done their sowing. The minimum period of the farming agreement shall be for one crop season or one production cycle of livestock. The maximum period of the farming agreement shall be 5 years. It also states that if the production cycle of any farming produce is longer and may go beyond 5 years, the maximum period of farming agreement may be mutually decided by the farmer and the buyer and explicitly mentioned in the farming agreement. The pricing of farming produce and the process of price determination should be mentioned in the agreement. For prices subjected to variation, a guaranteed price for the produce and a clear reference for any additional amount above the guaranteed price must be specified in the agreement. The Act provides for a three-level dispute settlement mechanism, which includes the Conciliation Board, the Subdivisional Magistrate, the SDM, and the Appellate Authority. Next, the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020 permits intra and interstate trade of farmers' produce beyond the physical premises of Agriculture Produce Market Committee, that is APMC markets, and other markets notified under the state APMC Acts. The Act allows the farmers to trade in outside trade areas such as farm gates, factory premises, cold storages, and so on. Previously, it could only be done in the APMC yards or mandis. It facilitates lucrative prices for the farmers via alternative trading channels to promote barrier-free intrastate and interstate trade of agriculture produce. Additionally, it allows the electronic trading of scheduled farmers' produce, agriculture produce regulated under any state APMC Act in the specified trade area. It will also facilitate direct and online buying and selling of the agricultural produce via electronic devices and the internet. Market fee has been abolished. As per the Act, state governments are prohibited from levying any market fee or cess on farmers, traders, and electronic trading platforms for trading farmers' produce in an outside trade area. With the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020, the Government of India will list certain commodities as essential to regulate their supply and prices only in cases of war, famine, extraordinary price rises, or natural calamities. The commodities that have been deregulated are food items, including cereals, pulses, potato, onion, edible oilseeds, and oils. As per the amendment, the imposition of any stock limit on agricultural produce will be based on price rise and can only be imposed if there is a 100% increase in the retail price of horticulture produce and a 50% increase in the retail price of non-perishable agricultural food items. The increase will be calculated over the price prevailing immediately preceding 12 months or the average retail price of the last 5 years, whichever is lower. However, these restrictions will not be applied to stocks of food held for public distribution in India. Now, the question arises as to why the farmers have rejected the central government's proposal. Let us look at it point-wise. The first point is that the central government proposed that the respective state governments can levy cess on the private mandis. This proposal was rejected by the farmers as they believe that the creation of private mandis along with APMC will drive agriculture business towards private mandis, ending government markets, intermediary systems, and APMCs. As a result, big corporate houses will overtake markets, thereby procuring farm produce at incidental rates. The farmers believe that the government may delay the procurement, as in the case of paddy, turning the public markets inefficient and redundant. The second point is that the central government proposed that they will give written assurance for the continuation of the existing MSP system. Now, this proposal was rejected by the farmers as they believe that the new farm laws are brought to dismantle the APMCs. They are demanding a comprehensive act on MSP pan-India and for all crops. They are of the view that a written assurance from the union government is not a legal document and holds no guarantee. The third point is that the central government proposed that they will direct the state governments to register traders in order to regulate them. Now, this proposal was rejected by the farmers as the new farm laws of 2020 have no provision to regulate the traders. As per the new laws, any PAN card holder can procure grains from the market at wishful prices and hoard the farm produce. The farmers believe that the central government is not ready to take responsibility for the ongoing issue as they want the state governments to regulate the traders. The fourth point is that the central government proposed that under the contract farming law, farmers will have the alternative to approach court and their land will be safe as no loan will be given on farmers' land and their buildings by mortgaging it. This proposal too was rejected by the farmers as the history of contract farming has many examples of non-payment by the companies, making various excuses like substandard produce, driving the farmers into a debt trap. Well, that is all from me in this video. This video is based on the information freely available on the internet. No originality is claimed for the same. The intention of this video is only to prepare candidates for answering examination questions on the subject and not for any financial gains. Do like and share this video and do subscribe to my channel now so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. Till later then, cheerio.